Canelo been ducking David Benavidez for years, and the whole world heard Canelo say in order to fight David Benavidez, he needs $150 to $200 million. Well, Canelo just got his bluff called. Also, David Benavidez has offered to give his whole purse to charity if Canelo fights him and he loses to Canelo. Yeah, shit getting real. We're going to talk about all that in this video, but before we do that, make sure you hit my like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's cook. So throughout the history of boxing, we've heard of fighters ducking. I mean, it ain't nothing new, fighters ducking another fighter, but in the history of boxing, we ain't never heard a fighter go as far as to say, only way I'll fight him is you gotta pay me $150 to $200 million. I mean, that's beyond ducking. We don't even want to call that ducking. We just gonna call that pussy shit. That's what it is from Canelo Alvarez, a fighter that's been cherry picking his whole career, strategically picking his opponents his whole career. And if he don't feel that he can beat you on the up and up, he'll put rehydration clauses on you. He'll make sure that he don't give you enough time to properly train, call you up, offer you a fight with only 4 weeks to train. Canelo, yeah, he the master and the king of all of that. So when I told people for years that he'll never fight David Benavidez, now people starting to see he was never going to fight David Benavidez, right? Asking for $150 to $200 million is simply pricing yourself out, right? Asking for something that you know nobody is going to offer. Except now we got the savior of boxing, and his name is TURKI Alalshikh. Yeah. See, Canelo just backed himself into a wall because Canelo named his price. Didn't think nobody was going to take it serious. And now Canelo's about to get his bluff called because TURKI Alalshikh says, yeah, we'll pay Canelo that $150 million that he asking for. We'll bring the fight over here to Saudi Arabia because we're the only ones that can afford to pay that type of money. If that's what you asking for, we'll give you what you want. Even David Benavidez's manager, Samson Legowicz, he came down and he said, if Canelo wants that type of money, no problem. We just got to get enough time to be able to get that type of money. Now, that's for America, but we don't even have to wait. We can get that fight in September because TURKI Alalshikh, once again, to the rescue. Yeah. Now, what's up, Canelo? Now, I'm going to let everybody know, Canelo not going to take this $150 to $200 million because you know what's bigger to Canelo than money? His pride. And if David Benavidez whoops him, when David Benavidez whoops him, well, I'm going to say if because Canelo not going to take the fight. But if David Benavidez were to whoop Canelo Alvarez, his pride would be shattered. Yeah. And that'll be the last $150, $200 million that he make in the sport of boxing. And another reason why he don't want to fight David Benavidez, it's not because of how big he is. One reason is because obviously he don't think he can beat him. The second reason is because he doesn't want to have to pass the torch to another Mexican fighter. Now you might say, well, he's fighting Jaime Munguia. He doesn't look at Jaime Munguia as a threat. He know he gonna beat the hell out of Jaime Munguia. Don't you know that these fighters, with their trainers, they look at fighters, they scout them, they look at their style, they look at what they can do good, they look at their flaws, then they sit back and they say, okay, yeah, we can beat him, he's easy. And you know, whether you think that or not, Canelo Alvarez and his team, they looking at Jaime Munguia and they think that he's food. You know what I'm saying? And let's just keep it a buck. Jaime Munguia, he might give Canelo a good fight, but he not messing with Canelo. Let's just keep it up. But Jaime Munguia, man, I've seen him get beat up by guys like Derevyanchenko. Derevyanchenko beat Jaime Munguia, if you want to keep it a buck. So now all of a sudden people want to act like that Jaime Munguia is ready for Canelo Alvarez because he went in there and he stopped John Ryder. Who the hell is John Ryder? John Ryder ain't shit. John Ryder is a gatekeeper that's never been able to beat the top class fighters. He's one of those fighters, he'll give you a good fight, but he ain't never been able to beat none of the top class fighters. And because Canelo couldn't stop him, Canelo beat the hell out of John Ryder. Yeah, he didn't stop him, but I mean, it is what it is. That definitely don't mean that Jaime Munguia is ready for Canelo Alvarez. But most of boxing fans today, they don't understand boxing. They really don't know shit about boxing. So they just live off the hype. Looking at highlight reels and going to social media and listening to a bunch of other people on social media that don't know shit about boxing. Jaime Munguia is not a good fight for Canelo. He should not be fighting Jaime Munguia. This man went all the way over to Golden Boy Promotions, right? To find a Golden Boy Promotion fighter. This is how pussy Canelo is, right? He don't even mess with Oscar De La Hoya, don't want nothing to do with Oscar De La Hoya. But he went as far as to go find a fighter under Oscar to make a matchup to stay away from David Benavidez. Now he's got his bluff call. David Benavidez, I'm going to read you what David Benavidez just said about this situation in TURKI Alashikh, saying that they can have a fight and Canelo could get whatever he asking for. David says, at TURKI Alashikh, let's bring the biggest, most exciting fight to Saudi Arabia. This will be the biggest Mexican versus Mexican American fight in the history of boxing. And what place better to do it than the kingdom for the entire world to see? This fight is for pride and glory. I fight for greatness, not money. Your Excellency, if I do not beat Canelo, I will donate my entire purse to any kids' charity of your liking. When I do beat Canelo, I will be donating a huge amount of that purse to benefit children hunger across the world. I'm a champion of the people and will continue to fight the best. I stand on my word. Premier Boxing, WBC Boxing. Yeah. Call that man's bluff. Now I'm going to tell you why I'm saying he calling this bluff. Because y'all soon going to see Canelo Alvarez act like that this didn't happen, act like that they're not going to offer him to fight in Saudi Arabia to make the most money that he's made in his whole entire career times 3. He going to act like this ain't happened. He going to make an excuse and say that he don't want to fight over there in Saudi Arabia. Then he going to make another excuse. He's not going to fight David Benavidez. The whole world is going to see how pussy he is. The whole world already should be seeing that right now. But hey, you got Canelo Alvarez fanatics that's going to continue to make excuses, take up for Canelo, say that David Benavidez doesn't need to fight Canelo, he needs to be at 175, all of that, right? Yes, Benavidez is moving up to 175 because Canelo wouldn't fight him, and he's fighting Gvozdyk, right? Well, when he beat Gvozdyk, Canelo Alvarez definitely ain't gonna want to fight him because yes, Benavidez said he'll move right back down to 168 because he still got unfinished business. Those straps that Canelo's holding hostage, those are David Benavidez's straps because those sanctioning bodies, they should have been stripped Canelo, especially the WBC. Mauricio Suleiman, do your f***ing job and strip Canelo of those titles. Anyway, Canelo, he gonna tuck his tail and hide. He ain't gonna fight David Benavidez. And to keep it real, man, I hope Jaime Munguia beat his ass, but I just don't think that Jaime Munguia is on that level. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. David Benavidez said he'll donate his whole fight purse if Canelo fights him and he loses to Canelo. You know what I'm talking about? What's up? Make it happen. Saudi Arabia, they gonna pay you what you want. Watch you run and hide again. I'm gone.